Hey y'all, it's your girl Claudia Jordan. We are back with TGIF. Of course, we're here to spill the tea and break down the biggest headlines in the news and on social media. So sit back, relax, and get ready to sip on all of this hot tea. Please welcome Al Reynolds. What's up, Al?
Hey, what's going on, Claudia?
Got the orange on, very cute. And you're on the same page with our guest host, Carolina Sanchez.
Uh,
Hello, Carolina. How you doing?
Yeah, we texted each other. We planned the orange today.
I love it. And I see you got the tatas out tonight. I see you. You
I
came.
know. I got the frumpy sweater. Joyce had to call and say, "What were you wearing?" So it was a little more today.
Look good. Okay, well, let's get into it. Are y'all drinking tonight?
hey,
Oh, Al, I guess you were drinking a cracking bottle on camera.
it's official.
What you got?
I finally got this bottle open. You know, like when the cork breaks off? My
Yeah.
cork broke off. I was like, I have an automatic cork thing, and it didn't work. So anyway, I finally got it. I'm having my wonderful buttery Chardonnay to go with these hot topics. So let's get it.
Okay. And Carolina, are you joining us tonight in drinking? Or are you
No, I'm going strong on dry January, Claudia. I'm going strong. I'm drinking water. So
do you
sorry.
think you'll be able to resist alcohol hanging with me and Al all week?
I don't know. I don't know.
How are you doing today? We were talking a little bit on text message. How are you
We
doing?
were. Listen, my life is a movie right now. Like I'm currently living with another family. My family's currently living with another family in a city further out than Houston. And I'm trying to get a house. I'm trying to get a car, but all of these things just seem like a pipe dream at this point in time. Like I don't make as much money as you and Al do, So it's just the economy is really hurting right now, but we smiling, okay? We're positive 2024.
I know we make a lot of jokes here, but I do like to sometimes have some deeper conversations. I mean, you're a mother and a wife, and that must be, it's a little bit different. Like if me and Al are having some financial issues, it's of course stressful, but we don't have little ones to look after. And I think a lot of women that are in our chat right now and watching can relate to what you're saying. And thank you for being honest about this with us. So
Yeah.
does that give you a lot? I mean, you smile through it, but does it give you a lot of anxiety?
Oh, hell yeah. A lot of stress. My husband and I got into it today, It's real life out here. We all face our own challenges, and mine just happens to be very unique. Like we suffered a fire, I want to say September 17th. So we've been displaced since then. And it's just been so hard, like
Your
trying to
house
putting down. And I have a 2-year-old. So it's like it's fun times. It's fun times.
and your house caught on fire?
The complex caught fire, so we got smoke into our unit, and yeah, we left.
Wow. I didn't know that. And thank you for that. I think a lot of people, you're a television personality, and a lot of times we have to pretend things are a lot better than they really are so we can entertain other people. And I think in 2024, I want to take on these kind of topics about, having to power through, and it's not as easy as people think. And wow, Carolina, thank you for even being here and having a smile on your face through it all.
Yes, I mean, who better to have a fun time with than you and Al? Like y'all are a fun time, baby.
All right, Al. So we got to cheer our girl up tonight because I didn't know that you were going through that much. And wow, let's get into these stories and hopefully we can make some of the soulmates laugh and yourself. All right. The film The Color Purple has been getting great reviews since premiering over the holidays. However, rapper Boosie expressed that he had to walk out of the movie after seeing the intimate scenes between the characters Celie and Suge Avery, played by Fantasia Barrino and Taraji P. Henson. Boosie said, I had to walk out of the movie The Color Purple, and two other older couples walked out also because I had my little girls with me, and it seemed like a love story. Good acting, but whoever wrote the script is pushing the narrative hard. As a parent, I will not let my little girl watch this film. All right, I want to ask, how do you feel about Boosie's comments towards the movie The Color Purple? Al, let's go to you first.
I don't think I'm jumping out of the window when I say this. Obviously, little Bootsy It's trolling. And he's looking for any opportunity to troll any type of same-sex LGBTQ plus QI, whatever. And he's going to lean in because he knows he's going to end up being talked about on TGIF. I really do believe, though, in 2024, Bootsy, you need to find something else to lean in on, because at this time, it's getting old, it's tired, and to be very honest, it's disrespectful to your child. I think it's your daughter who's a part of our community. So what does that do for her psyche, for you to be constantly trolling in this space? And she's a part of the community. So you might be protecting your younger two, but what about the child that is old enough to understand exactly what it is that you're spewing such hate about? Does that mean you don't like her, you don't support her, and you don't want your younger two girls around her either? I need some answers here, because right now, your math ain't mathing.
Talia Green said, but they think nothing of rape and incest. Carolina, you're a mom, so what do you think about this as a parent, and Bootsy's comments?
Yeah, no, I'm totally on board with Al, and I was unaware of Bootsy actually having a daughter who was queer. For me, it's like, you clearly never read the book, you didn't watch the first one, and you don't even know who wrote the story. Alice Walker herself is a Black gay author. So why did you even purchase the ticket to go watch the film? And it is such a celebration for so many people in the Black community to see a story like that told and to be selling out in theaters, and for you to go off and bash it. Like, what is your point, other than to Al's point, is to get clout and be spoken about here on TGIF? It's not helping anyone in this sense.
We have some comments from the soulmates. And so D'Angelo said, Bootsy is an ignorant fool. Everyone knows that Celie and Suge had an intimate relationship from the book. Stop using the LGBTQ community for promotion. And Mr. Damn to Pretty said, T.S. Madison summed it up best. You okay with rape, incest, and battery, but the kissing made you leave the movie, jackass. And shout out to T.S. Madison, who has been really vocal. And I saw that, and also Funky reposted the post today about that. You know, it just kills me when certain people whose lyrics have been problematic or behavior has been problematic, when all of a sudden they see two women or two men kiss. But, you know, it's okay to talk about killing other Black people, raping, running trains, having hookers with your little underage kid, all kinds of debauchery, but it's two women having, you know, a gay kiss or a relationship that is just making you so outraged. But we can bang, bang, bang everybody else. Like, it's a bit of a reach for me. Okay. Well, this year is just getting started, and YouTuber Tasha K has already been served with a lawsuit, and this time it's by actor and comedian Kevin Hart. Now, Kevin is suing both Tasha K and his former assistant, Misha Shakes, for defamation and extortion. Now, the lawsuit is centered around Tasha's recent interview with Maisha, where Maisha made some damaging allegations against Kevin, including her claims that Kevin regularly cheated on his wife. All right, so what are your thoughts about Kevin suing Tasha K and his former assistant? Let's go to you first, Carolina.
I mean, she's getting it from everyone. She's never going to stop. I mean, how much money does she owe people now? I feel like millions to Cardi. Has she paid that off already? I don't know. For me, it's like, when are you going to stop coming after these celebrities? Because they're going to come for you. They're going to take you to court, and they're going to get their money, I hope. But we just keep consuming it, because she still gets all of the views. But I would just go after my assistant. But I feel like there must be some truth to it, right? Otherwise, why would he even be acknowledging it? Because
you think that he should be going after the assistant and not Tasha K?
I think he's going after both, but it's tough. Like, if there's no smoke, if there's fire where there's smoke. And so him actually going after both of them tells me there must be some truth to what was said.
Okay, so if that's the case, then Tasha K will be in the clear. Al, what do you think?
I'm sorry. I know the soulmates are going to eat me up for this, but Tasha K is a beast. I am sorry. She is a beast. The fascinating thing about this is when he said he was going to sue her, she doubled down and started posting the video and the clips even more. Like she was like, okay, I don't care. This is what was said and this is what your assistant told us. She was like, bring it. And it's so fascinating to me that Tasha K doesn't give a F-U-C-K. Like she's like, let's go. I'm going to still put what was told to me out. And it's almost like, does she know something that we don't know as it relates to celebrities being able to sue you and the ins and outs? Obviously, she's got to know something that we don't, because she's part of one of the largest celebrity lawsuits ever. And for her to want to repeat that again says to me that she does know something, right? As it relates to Kevin, though, and this is a fascinating thing. Honestly, until this happened, I never really wanted to sit down with her, but now I want to sit down with Tasha K and I want to know what's going on in her mind. I want to understand, like, how does she process this type of stuff? What gives her the confidence to still move forward and stand strong and do this type of stuff, knowing that she can be sued? I just want to have a conversation with her, and I think it would be interesting to have her on the show if we ever could find a way to do that. But for me, I'm like Carolina. As it relates to Kevin Hart, this doesn't look good for you to be suing Tasha K and that be the headlines. Sorry, to me, that makes you look more guilty, in my opinion. And the reason being is, if you really were about your business, you wouldn't let it play out on the internet. You'll just sue her behind the curtains. It wouldn't be so public. But I think what you're trying to do in making the suit so public is you're trying to say, listen, here, she lied about Cardi B. So obviously I'm going to sue her like Cardi to prove that she's lying about me. Sorry, buddy, that's not how this worked. They're two different circumstances. And in this particular case, the assistant that you hired that worked for you for 3 years, that you gave a front seat in your organization, is the one spilling all the beans. So for me, this doesn't help him out at all.
I'm going to say in this regard, this is a totally different situation than the Cardi B thing. The Cardi B thing, Tasha K was making statements about Cardi, and then Cardi went after Tasha K. In this regard, this is Tasha K sitting down with someone who's telling their story. So I don't think Kevin may win this suit. I think he would have had more luck going after the assistant if what the assistant is saying is false. Then there'd be more of a case. I don't think Tasha K is in the wrong for interviewing people that have a story. I really don't. And I think Tasha K is savvy enough to know that, especially after what she went through already with her other suits. Tasha K is not stupid. She's actually
not. Yeah.
She's not. And Tasha K is getting some really big interviews. Mm-hmm. We have not heard her get sued by Will Smith for the, they said, didn't Jada Pinkett say that she was going to come sue everybody? I have not heard about that lawsuit being filed with Bilal, that whole interview with Bilal when he talked all that stuff about Will Smith. It made a headline for a couple of days and we never heard about it again. Right. So I think you're right. I think she may have some, listen, if there's no lawsuit when people defame you, you gotta kind of say, hey, what does that mean? Mm-hmm. What does that mean? Tasha K. Come on, let us, Tasha K. I'm gonna call her. I got an info. We can come talk. We can talk to her.
Yeah, tell her to come on.
She's been boldly, I think she's doubled down after our lawsuit, and she's been boldly having these interviews. And people, it has not stopped people from coming on her show and telling her all their stuff. So, Kevin Hart, come on the show. Kevin Hart. Whoever want to come on the show first. All right,
anybody.
Facts Arsenal said, why should he not sue? Just because he's a black man, y'all believe the worst about him. And Tam Bidan says he has a lawsuit against the assistant because she signed the NDA. Tasha K.
I understand that.
So she's clear to run her mouth.
But really, what does an NDA do? That's the best thing that I learned from being married to a celebrity. The NDA is a document. Does it hold up in court? Not so much. There's so many ways to get around an NDA, and I think that's the part. I think he's trying to scare her with this lawsuit. But listen, the beans have been spilled. The truth is out, buddy. For me, I would have turned the page a different way.
Yeah. It's just embarrassing at this point is what it is for his family. It's just embarrassing. Right. Like all this is true. It's just embarrassing, and probably for his wife. So she's gonna stay there.
Did y'all see on her story? And I know we have to go to break, but she posted, I ran like something to the effect of I ran out of F's to give. Like she's just not giving a damn anymore. So that kind of was like, ooh, you know.
Right.
All right, y'all. Coming up next, find out if rapper Remy Ma is cheating on Papoose, and later, will transgender women be allowed in the Olympics soon? Stay tuned.
Freedom. It's at the core of who we are. The freedom to live without fear, to jog where we please, to wear a hoodie. The freedom to breathe. Before we celebrate the freedom most Americans have, we must fight for the freedom all Americans deserve. Because all lives can't matter until Black lives matter.
You're not gonna get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff. Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
We got a few new phrases the kids are out there saying, and I want you to tell us what you think they mean.
McMillan and Mara.
Donald Duckin.
I went to graduate school.
Every Thursday.
To avoid terms like this.
And this is what my life has come to.
All right, next one.
Cambridge.
Okay, Mr. Harvard. Proxy beef.
Oh, I know what this is. This is when you don't have a problem directly with the person.
How did you know this?
Because I speak English. Proxy.
This one's for the real ballers and shot callers. The sisterhood of women in tech. They're discovering cures, building apps, and programming the blockchain. They're CEOs, worldwide hustlers who can make it rain. They're tearing down the old boys club and seeing big gains. Because when women in tech come together, you know they make that change.
Welcome back to TJF. Shout out to all the soulmates. I see y'all talking trash about I need some Mucinex. Listen, I've been sick and I'm trying to clear this thing up, so I'm gonna get better. God damn, I'm working hard over here.
You on antibiotics too?
I might need some, Al. I think I got what y'all be having all the time. God damn. All right, listen. Hey, fans are wondering if the love story between rappers Remy Ma and Papoose is on the rocks after audio of rapper battle Eazy, the block captain, circulated on social media. In the audio recording, Eazy said it was Remy who told him to stay quiet about their affair. Eazy also said that he was prepared to step aside if Papoose and Remy tried to work it out. What do you think of Eazy airing out Remy and Papoose's dirty laundry? And I hate this story because I love them together.
Oh, I know.
Al, what you think? I like it.
Y'all with you, Claudia. You know I love me some black love, and definitely between these two, only because their love story is just so fascinating. It's so endearing. It's so heartwarming. The thing that we do know is that Papoose and Remy Ma are still following each other on social media, and neither have directly addressed any of the claims. And I like that, Claudia, personally. Like, I just feel like Remy Ma and Papoose is from that old school, like, don't feed the animal, don't feed the beast, don't throw any gasoline on the fire. It's grown and it's sexy. The only other person that's really talking about it, and the two of them are pretty active on social media, the only person that's really talking about it is Eazy, right? And how did that video get leaked? You know, I've said on this show 1,000 times, these new age dudes, I have got to get used to them going to the internet to air out people's business. That just seems very kind of childish and immature to me. I don't care if you have a relationship with Remy Ma and you're upset, but, you know, sneaking and leaking a video is just grimy to me. I like this couple. I'm going to stand with Remy Ma and Papoose. I wish them the best. And look, only the future will tell. But right now, I stand with Remy Ma and Papoose.
All right, Carolina, what you think?
I was on here a few months ago when the battle rap went down between Eazy and Geechee Gotti, and Geechee Gotti called him out on their little affair. And I said there, that it seems like there's got to be some truth to it. And the video that they leaked of her pointing to the camera, listen, just like y'all, I love Remy and Papoose. Their story is fantastic. It's beautiful Black love, but I don't know. There seems to be something there. It is immature of Eazy to be saying all the things that he's saying and leaking all this stuff, but I think he wants to air it out. I think he's the one who leaked it.
That's a good assertion.
I do too, because I saw something where he was saying, oh, he would be open to go on Love and Hip Hop. You're doing too much, sir, because now it's giving targeting Remy Ma, yes, to get on, and you're a side dude. Be in a side dude's place. And maybe our girl Remy is going through something and she'll get back around to Papoose. We don't know that, but I'm sorry. Until Remy talks about it, like, I think you should just shut the hell up and don't use Remy for fodder for your battle rap. Like, it's messy. Now, so in the chat is kind of trying to give some tea. A royalty said it's been said that Papoose cheated, so it's their business next. And there is some talk about like what led to this, because it is shocking, right? They had a story that was like no other. You know, Papoose held Remy down while she was in prison, and when they got out, she got out. Their love blossomed. They got the baby. Right. I just can't see for no reason just stepping out with this like up and coming struggle kind of battle rapper dude. And I don't think Remy's dumb. I don't. She's the one that always says, "Are you dumb?" And I don't think Remy is dumb. I don't. I don't. Tam B. Dan said, "Not many couples I care about. This is a couple that'll have me low key upset if they don't make it."
Yeah, that's true. Who said that? I agree with that. Whoever that soulmate was, I agree with them on that.
I think you think the side dude is catching feelings a little bit, or
I think so.
Yeah, that sounds like the more accurate story that he
or like you said, Claudia, like you said, which is very clever. He could be wanting to wiggle his way onto Love and Hip Hop New York or Love and Hip Hop, whichever one they're on.
Yeah. Don't he got braces?
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Is he a nerd if he has braces?
What does that mean?
He's an adult. Like, you should have done it at 14. What are you doing? You wait till now. Are you trying to use Remy to come up to pay for your braces? I like Remy. I'm protecting Remy at all costs.
Me too.
Okay, let me shut up. All right, comedian Cat Williams recently revealed that Harvey Weinstein allegedly offered him a blowjob in front of his staff. While talking to Shannon Sharp on his Club Shay Shay podcast, Cat said a whole bunch of stuff. He said, "I got canceled for talking about the Harvey Weinstein before all the things came up. But Harvey offered to suck my penis in front of all my people at my agency." I highly recommend you going to Club Shay Shay's podcast. It's at 970,000 views in 4 hours. Although Shannon Sharp has blocked me for unknown reasons. I think I caught the smoke for Funkin' Al talking about his makeup cremation number 9. It was not even. And he has me blocked on social media. But if anyone's watching, Ocho Cinco, someone, Al, DM him. Let me back in. What are your thoughts on these allegations?
So you can troll him?
No, I like him. I like him. Carolina, let's go to you first. Listen. What do you think about Harvey trying to give dome to Cat Williams? And I
honestly, out of all the things that we could have picked about that 30-minute interview, that's the least one I'm interested about. Maybe Harvey did, maybe he didn't. But I do agree that he aired all of that dirty laundry and he was getting canceled and censored for all the things he was saying about people in Hollywood. For me, it's how he came for Cedric the Entertainer, how he came for Steve Harvey, how he came for Ricky Smiley. He wants all the smoke. He is ready for people to come and challenge him. Says Cedric stole his joke. He says Ricky Smiley is only good when he performs in a dress. He also shot shots at Tyler Perry. And I just want to hear from everybody else now. I'm like, is this all true? Because he said the truth is the truth, the facts are the facts, and he has nothing to hide. And I honestly believe him. I believe everything he said. Al?
Y'all got me messed up. Production, could you put that single shot, just the single shot of Harvey up, please, of Harvey Weinstein? Okay, now look at that. I almost lost my lunch thinking about him trying to suck my Penis. That is disgusting. When I tell you, I would have to check into the mental ward immediately. Can you see that ugly thing hunched over trying to suck someone's penis? That, you know what? He should go to jail just for just saying it. I am not kidding. That is absolutely out of bounds. That is disgusting. In fact, I need to take a sip of my buttery Chardonnay.
And you know, the tea on Harvey is that he has a mutilated, misshapen, almost deformed penis ball combo himself, allegedly.
Oh, God.
So they say when he's naked, it looks like just like a mass of like a not even a mush, like a shapeless kind of mass. So,
Claudia and Carolina, to be a movie Hollywood star, would you guys let Harvey Weinstein take advantage of you too?
No.
You took too long to answer.
Well, she done told you her house burned down. She may be thinking about it right now.
She's already in a traumatic
I need
state,
a car.
right?
I need a house. Harvey, come talk to me. You know,
Carolina, would you let him give you oral if you
Ooh,
were? Just so you-
it's okay, Carolina. We don't judge.
I mean, yeah.
Ooh.
'Cause I think it's harder for a man because, like, you have to get hard. Otherwise, it's just limp dick.
Baby, you want to get out that house bad, don't you?
Fire! You got a child.
She's like, times is hard over here.
Times is
She's not
hard.
even in Houston.
Like, I would be lying to myself and to y'all if I said no.
You know what?
Oh,
Maybe the
you
first time
you
in a woman
nasty.
admitted to something like this. Like this might be a television like first.
Listen, it's hard out here.
Your husband, y'all gonna have another argument.
I
when
know,
you
right?
get
Luckily,
home.
he's playing volleyball right now. He's not watching.
Al, what would you give up? What would you need in return to let Harvey Weinstein suck your dad? Your own show?
Everyone has a price, Al.
I mean, everybody does have a right. Let me see. What would I have to have? I would have to have a life guarantee of making more than $50 million a year for the next 20 years.
Just to let him give you head.
I swear. Because I don't even think he could even stimulate nothing my entire body. I swear to God. I would have to play porn. I know that ain't gonna work.
He's like a little.
Nothing's gonna work. All right, Claudia, what's your price?
What would you do,
your
Claudia?
price,
That's right.
So I would have to let him go down on me, and then I would get the money.
Yeah.
You can renovate your house, Claudia.
Oh man, pay off
I've
my
been loving the renovations you've been doing in your house. I love
Right.
every single one.
You could actually get some internet that works.
If you can guarantee me some internet, add a couple zeros to our chats. We'll talk about it. But everyone does have a see. Letting him do me is different than me do him.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Ooh,
Absolutely. Yes. The price is way higher if I have to do something to him. No.
Okay, soulmates. What would you let Harvey Weinstein do to you? What would be your price to let Harvey Weinstein do? Let me hear what the soulmates have to say. Let's see. RJ said, high key though, if he came off of $1 million, I'd be okay with it. Okay, that's your price. RJ's price is $1 million.
Ooh, he just looked like he got stinky breath though. Like,
and musty balls too.
Oh, and he just looks also like his saliva is like thick and nasty. Like, the type of guy that had a shit in the corner of their mouth. Oh.
Yellowish.
He got a whole bunch of gooch grease. No.
Mr. Allred says Harvey Dangalang looked like a coochie. And Nisha Andrea said, shit, I need my student loan paid quiet as kept. Oh, okay, the price is low. Okay.
Come on, Nisha. We not judging.
Oh, the soulmates got prices. Okay, y'all, that was fun. All right, coming up next, find out what changes are coming to the Olympics. And later, T.I. and Tiny are facing a sexual assault case. Keep it locked. And Harvey, if you're watching from prison, have Carolina's vagina in your mouth.
Oh, yeah, Carolina's waiting for you.
I got a new house, a new car, baby. Let's go.
We got a few new phrases the kids are out there saying, and I want you to tell us what you think they mean.
McMillan and Mara.
Donald ducking.
I went to graduate school.
Every Thursday.
To avoid terms like this.
And this is what my life has come to.
All right, next one.
Cambridge.
Okay, Mr. Harvard, proxy beef.
Oh, I know what this is. This is when you don't have a problem directly with the person.
How did you know this?
Because I speak English. Proxy.
I think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Worried about your friend, but don't know how to reach out?
You could say, how are you, or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR, it's so good. If you think you should check in, yeah, you should. Whatever gets you talking.
Reach out to a friend about their mental health.
Whatever gets you talking.
Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
I don't want to jump you, but you don't even qualify to speak on yourself.
Fucking good.
TGIF. Live and interactive.
I need to clear this up, y'all. You are one of the main ones trying to push the narrative that your girl can't cook. Al has been to my house. I can cook.
I'm finna test you out right here. What are acceptable types of smoked meat to put in the collard greens?
Turkey necks.
Oh?
Don't do me.
On Fox Soul.
Don't you do me. Don't try it. Welcome back to the show. Carolina, you might want to change your answer because the soulmates let me know that Harvey is indeed uncircumcised. Does that change your price, or are you okay with it still?
No, he's still doing something to me. I'm not doing anything.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Listen, this episode of TGIF is brought to you by Wild Grain. Wild Grain is the first ever baked from frozen subscription box for sourdough breads, fresh pastas, and artisanal pastries. Every item bakes from frozen in 25 minutes or less, no thawing required. Now, the team at Wild Grain just sent me a new box. So much delicious stuff inside. Let me tell you all about it. Listen, I love to cook, and my friends always come over, eat up all my food. So I love to just incorporate Wild Grain with some of my other stuff. But someone who's a huge fan of Wild Grain, and listen, Al is Mr. Wild Grain.
That's right.
What is
you know, I love.
Yeah.
You know, I love to eat. You know, I love to eat, Claudia. I eat off your plate all the time. But
yes.
Wild Grain is, guys, Wild Grain, if you're into pasta, if you're into baked sweets or pastries, like I always talk about the peach pockets, always talk about the chocolate pockets. They got chocolate dough cookies now. But guess what I've learned recently? I am using Wild Grain sourdough bread, baking it. It comes delivered and prepared. All you have to do is put it in the oven for a little while and then cutting it up to save my money for loaves of bread. And when I tell you it's delicious, it's authentic, and you feel like you are in the country of Italy.
All right. Well, that's quite an endorsement. And your favorite thing of everything that they have?
The favorite thing I think would be the pasta, because I'm used to just basic pasta from the grocery store, but this pasta is fresh, it's real, and it feels like it's straight from Italy. I promise you, it's easy. It's like 5 to 10 minutes to boil the water and put the pasta in it. It tastes like you're in a restaurant, like for real, for real.
All right, next time you're in Dallas, I'm gonna make my linguine and pasta with white wine sauce with the Wild Grain pasta.
Hey, let's go.
All right, now you can fully customize your Wild Grain box. You can get any combination of breads, pastas, and pastries if you like. If you want a box of all bread, all pastas, or all pastries, guess what? You can have it. Plus, for a limited time, you can get $30 off the first box, plus free croissants in every box when you go to wildgrain.com/T. That's wildgrain.com/T. Or you can use promo code T at checkout. Promotional consideration furnished by Wild Grain. Now let's get back to some more topics. All right, y'all. The world of sports is making strides to become more inclusive for athletes. USA Boxing announced that they will be allowing transgender women to compete against female boxers and transgender men to compete against male boxers. According to USA Boxing, the new policy will require transgender boxers to meet certain qualifications before competing, such as quarterly hormone testing. What are your thoughts on this new policy for transgender athletes? Al, I'm going to go to you first on this one, then to Carolina.
Sure, absolutely. Guys, you know here on the show, I'm a huge advocate for our trans brothers and sisters, but this, I don't like it. I don't like it. And because I don't like it doesn't mean that I'm talking against the trans community. I don't like it because it just doesn't make sense to me. And the one thing that they talked about is not just hormone therapy, Claudia. One of the things that they have to meet is they have to have done the full transition, meaning a trans woman needs to have a vagina and a trans man needs to have the penis in order for them to compete. That's one of the requirements, along with the testosterone level and the what do women have? Estrogen levels. And that to me is just extra weird. Now, I understand the importance of exclusivity or inclusivity. I understand the importance of that. But this still just kind of feels weird to me. And because it feels weird to me, I will say this. I do want to learn more. And if there's any soulmates out there that could talk us and teach us more in this space about what it means to try to be more hormone according to and transition and make them more woman-like or more man-like, I'm open to understand more. But just listening to this, it all does not make sense to me, and I don't like it.
All right. Carolina, what do you think?
Well, opining on this, I was a little nervous.
Don't be.
Because, you know, I'm not an athlete and I'm not trans, but I do have a transgender cousin. He's F to M. And I asked him flat out, and he used to be an athlete when he was in high school. When he was still a woman, he was a swimmer. And he was a gymnast before that. And so I was like, hey, what do you think about this? And he immediately FaceTimed me and was like, listen, the fact that they are doing it based on hormone levels, that puts everyone on the same level. Like if they have the same amount of testosterone, the same amount of estrogen, then they should be able to equally combat in whatever sport that they're in. As far as the surgery, he's like, you know, when it comes for men having to get that bottom surgery, it's a lot harder of a surgery than it is to remove the member. And he didn't know if he was in agreement with that or not. But he gave me an example of a boxer, Pat Manuel, who's a woman who became a transgender man who is winning belts. And unfortunately, men do not want to fight him. And I wonder if it's because of ego. Maybe they're like, I don't want to be beat by a transgender man. I am all for inclusivity. Like Al, I feel like I'm not educated enough. I don't understand the perspective as an athlete, you know, competing against somebody who was biologically born somebody else. So I don't feel okay in sharing my opinion, but I do think that we have to find these measures that allow for people who are finally feeling who they want to be and assuming that position, being able to fulfill their dreams in whatever sports they desire to play.
All right. I know it's like we feel like we have to tiptoe around this and be so delicate. And I hate that because I feel like a lot of people don't tiptoe around things when it comes to matters of, I don't even like to use the term cisgender women. It's right. F our feelings as long as the another community is not offended. Everyone can get offended and everyone can get smoke. Let's get back to common sense. Okay. I understand the argument about hormones, but let me remind y'all, there was a Black woman, I think from South Africa, I could be wrong in the country. She was a track star. She naturally had high levels of testosterone to the point where they took her out of competition because of her natural levels, right? I think things get really, really tricky with this hormone thing because you can manipulate that. Just like when people do steroids, a round of steroids, they time it so they don't turn up, give a positive test in time for the race. Even if all things being equal as far as hormone levels, right? There's still advantages of being born male. Lung capacity, bone density, strength, transition later on in life. Listen, I am a woman and an advocate for women are strong too, but the strongest women will never be men are genetically stronger than us. And right. Even ones that transition, I feel, still have an unfair advantage when it comes to biology. And yes, we have a long way to go and we're not as versed and we probably should have someone transgender on here to talk about this, but we can still speak as who we are. I think for the amount of people that are in this, right, in this position, I think a lot of times the trans community gets used to get people riled up and trending and outrage when it's not even that many people we're talking about. And if we want to inclusivity, there are enough trans people, though, that we might need to start having a conversation about giving them a league. And they can really, and then we can end this argument. And that is, maybe that's an opportunity. I don't know. I got to talk to someone trans about that to see.
Yeah,
but there's other things besides hormone levels. There's other things besides hormone levels that give you an advantage. You know, you reach, your wingspan.
Yeah. I know from the article that Brooke sent us when we were discussing the topic, or when she sent the topic, there was an Australian, I believe, either swimmer or track star who's just like, absolutely not. You know, they keep breaking our records, and it's unfair to us as cis women to have to go against this. So I do hear that loud and clear too. I mean, it sounds like we might have to consider what you brought up, Claudia, the a different league or something. It's just it's tough. It's tough to please everyone. It's not an easy.
And sometimes you just can't. Let me just read a comment real quick. Corey Kenya says, Claudia got to jump every time to diss trans people. I need you to shut the hell up with this.
Ooh.
You do. My actions have shown my support of the trans community with opportunities, with things I stand for, how I vote, and how I move. Okay? Just because I have a pushback on this topic, don't dress this up as I'm coming for this community, or I have hate or disdain or phobia. That is not true. I'm looking for a real solution. And if you have one, please put it in the comments. I want a way where everyone can feel comfortable, but it should not be at the expense of the other group. My comfort should not be over a trans person, just like the discomfort of cisgender women should be at the comfort of trans. We have to find a way where people are accommodated. And I don't know the solution. I'm throwing out ideas. But that is not me dissing the trans community. Where would you ever get that? When I had issues in Dallas, I had a radio show, right? I invited members of the community so they could tell us how they feel. And we need more people to speak on it and be vocal about it and tell us what you think the solution could be. But this ain't it. We're far from having the solution that we need. And I want people to feel good, but everybody, not just one set over the other. Chris Sierra said, by this logic, let special handicapped people compete in the other Olympics too. Does that make sense? All right, this is something that we you know what, we're going to have a trans person on the show, and we're going to discuss this, and we're going to really get to some solutions and see what they say.
We need more than just a trans person. We need a trans athlete. We need a trans athlete, someone that can speak into this space of, should there be a different league? What does it feel like? I feel like I want to hear from a trans athlete, not just from a trans person. No disrespect.
All right, cool. We're going to do that. All right, keep it locked, because coming up next, Tiny and T.I. face a sexual assault lawsuit. And later, find out why a woman is claiming there's a new sexual identity. Stick around. We'll be back.
We got a few new phrases the kids are out there saying, and I want you to tell us what you think they mean.
McMillan and Mara.
Donald Duckin.
I went to graduate school.
Every Thursday.
Tell boy terms like this.
And this is what my life has come to.
All right, next one.
Cambridge.
Okay, Mr. Harvard. Proxy beef.
Oh, I know what this is. This is when you don't have a problem directly with the person.
How did you know this?
Because I speak English. Proxy.
I think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Worried about your friend, but don't know how to reach out?
You could say how are you or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR. It's so good. If you think you should check in, yeah, you should.
Whatever gets you talking. Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Whatever gets you talking. Learn how you can help at cistheawkward.org.
I don't want to jump you, but you don't even qualify to speak on this. So
fucking good.
TGIF, live and interactive.
I need to clear this up, y'all. You are one of the main ones trying to push the narrative that your girl can't cook. Al has been in my house. I can cook.
I'm finna test you out right here. What are acceptable types of smoked meat to put in the collard greens?
Turkey necks.
Oh?
Don't do me.
On Fox Soul.
Don't you do me. Don't try it. All right, y'all, welcome back to TGIF. Tiny and T.I. put out a statement to address a sexual assault allegation made by a woman who claimed she had a toe shoved in her vagina. T.I. and Tiny said, on the heels of positivity, negativity always rears its ugly head. T.I. and Tiny continue to claim their innocence. What are your thoughts on Toegate, Carolina?
Toegate. I mean, it's been a curious case ever since she came out. She came out a long time ago. And like they said in their statement that they can't wait to have their day in court. That's exactly how I feel. I can't wait till this goes to court and we find out the truth. But the fact that they've maintained their innocence and they keep taking it head on, I kind of want to believe them. But I want to see this play all the way out.
Okay, Al, what do you think?
You know, I hope it's not true, but it's the saying where there's smoke, there could possibly be fire. And in this particular case, all of the stories seem to be consistent and they're reading the same. Now, I will say this, if Tiny and T.I. sexually assaulted anybody against their will, then justice needs to be served, even though I love this couple. But T.I. and Tiny, there are way too many people out here that you don't have to drug to get to do anything you want them to do.
Al, would you be one of them?
Right here, I'm one of them. I think Tiny is sexy as hell. Sorry. Other people may not feel how I feel, but pick me. You ain't got to drug me. All you have to do is take me to dinner, a couple of cocktails. I promise you do not have to drug me. There's no, I mean, unless you want to drug me, that too. Like, we can figure that out.
Man, goddamn, man.
Maybe too much buttery Chardonnay. I'm just saying, no, seriously, on a serious note, I just feel like I just don't understand why two, successful, attractive, they don't have to drug anybody. Like, you don't have to drug anybody. And if you are or if you're not, we'll find out. But if you are, you don't have to. There are plenty of us out here that would do it without the drugs.
High Society said this is the same story as before, not a new case. Same Jane Doe who is extorting these people for a coin. Next story, unless she comes with facts, she didn't want to be there. Leandra Fair said, why was her badge out from start from the beginning? And someone said, oh, High Society said, someone tried to put a toe in you. You should have called the police on site. I do remember that. Remember there was like all these stories about this couple and then it went away because it was not proven that it happened. Mm-hmm. I think sometimes the allegations kind of screw people up because, that tends to be the narrative. And then when it cleared, we don't give it the same energy. You know what I mean? I am interested to know how the toe was put in the vagina. I don't know. This is a weird story, but I think
it's a threesome. You're in the bed. You're sharing the bed. Like all types of things go where they're not normally go. A toe will go here. A finger will go there. A tongue will go here. A nose will go there. A chin will go here.
That guy T.I. said they say in Phaedra had the right story, wrong couple. And Ansel D'Angelo said, I believe Tiny and T.I. they've been standing 10 toes down on their innocence ever since it came out.
Not 10 toes down.
Uh-oh, that cat is back.
I'm sorry.
Claudia's cat is back.
Which one is it, Claudia?
I think he's trying to be on the show. I'm sorry, you guys. All right. We all love fun, new technology, but sometimes new tech brings new dangers. The police in England are investigating a new kind of crime, an alleged gang rape in a virtual reality game. The game involved a group of avatars or digital characters raping a young girl's avatar in the metaverse. The victim did not have any physical injuries, but may have suffered psychological and emotional trauma similar to physical rape victims. What are your thoughts on this virtual gang rape? And is it worth investigating as a crime over physical rape cases? Carolina, what are your thoughts on the rape happening in the metaverse to avatars?
When I first started reading it and got to know the story, I do agree that, you know, the victim probably did suffer some sort of emotional and psychological trauma. However, when you look at the backlog of real life rape cases in the UK currently, that does not weigh the same to me as somebody who can remove their headset from the virtual reality space that they're in. For me, somebody who's experienced not only the emotional and psychological trauma, but also the physical trauma, I think that should take precedence. The focus needs to be there over the virtual reality. Obviously, we need to police that somehow, some way, but that should not be a priority.
I have to disagree with that. Sorry. This is, you know, when you first think about it, you say, how outrageous is this? This is stupid. Take the headset off. Shame on you, Carolina, for taking that stance. Shame on you as a woman for taking that stance. This is a form of cyberbullying. And we know cyberbullying is illegal. Not only can you bring criminal charges, but you can also bring civil charges. A lot of young women, especially Carolina, from cyberbullying result to suicide. You got to rethink that mindset. This is the same form of bullying and harassment as cyberbullying. And in this case, she is violently raped. So I just want you to think about that, because when we think about it's easy to just take the headset off, that's just like it's just easy to get off the internet. The internet has to be a safe space for everybody, woman, man, transgender, whatever. It has to be a safe space, and we have to govern it accordingly. A 16-year-old cannot be cyberbullied in the form of rape and it be okay. Put their asses in jail.
I don't agree. I do agree that it's not okay. I do think that they need to be prosecuted. I did wear that. I'm glad you called me out on that shit, Al. That's not okay.
It's cool, because I felt the same way until I looked into it. It is clearly cyberbullying, and it's cyberbullying in its worst form, right? And you really have to kind of dig into it, because at first I was like, oh girl, just take the shit off, turn it off when you're in the middle of getting beat up or being raped, turn it off. But that's not the case. So you really have to think about it in a different light. They're calling it virtual reality gaming, but in essence, it's cyberbullying.
I think two things can be true at the same time. Yes, it's a big deal that cyberbullying is a big deal. And then Carolina, I think you made some good points about there was such a backlog in physical rape. I live in Texas. It's the rapiest state in the nation. And we got rid of access to abortion here. And when the topic of what about women that get raped, our stupid ass governor, Greg Abbott, said, well, we're just going to stop rape. And nothing has been done as far as a dent in the rapes. Now, I do believe it starts with your mentality, right? So, and in that regard, Al, you're right. We need to stop the mentality that think that that's even cute or funny to even do this on in a virtual world. That's not cute. And then as far as real rape, there's plenty of women that don't come forward, or their cases just get thrown away, or it's not a big deal. So I just think we need a whole overhaul in our culture when it comes to the mentality surrounding rape online and in real life, because it doesn't seem to be not enough people are offended by it for some reason, you know? Okay. Sheena said, I think this is to you, Al. She didn't say that, Al. She said that police need to prioritize their investigations.
No, prioritizing nothing. She's a 16-year-old girl. She could go home and hurt herself, harm herself, kill herself. Prioritizing cyberbullying is just as offensive as rape and so on. Sorry, especially underage individuals. And if you look at the statistics, it's alarming. So prioritize my ass.
Listening to it all back, Al, and after you called me out on my shit, absolutely. For me to tell a victim to just take something off. If I were to tell someone similarly who experienced that physically, that's awful. Shame on me. Shame on me.
We're gonna go to break. Bully said they better get it all the way the F out of here. It's a video game. She should turn up the game. They said the same thing. So everyone's all over the place with this. All right, we gotta go to break. Coming up, a woman claims a new sexual identity you've probably never heard of. We'll see you shortly.
Freedom. It's at the core of who we are. The freedom to live without fear, to jog where we please, to wear a hoodie. The freedom to breathe. Before we celebrate the freedom most Americans have, we must fight for the freedom all Americans deserve. Because all lives can't matter until Black lives matter.
What's going on, Claudia?
I'm in the White House, and if I'm not on the show tomorrow, then it's unhappy.
You in prison.
TGIF.
Listen to what you just said. You are broadcasting your show from the White House. If that is not the hope and the dream of the slaves, then I do not know what is.
Live and interactive.
I just met the White House press secretary, and she knows me, and I think she knows me from T. I said, I have to go broadcast. She goes, oh, that's right, you're live. And I'm like, you know about us.
On Fox Soul.
This one's for the real ballers and shot callers, the sisterhood of women in tech. They're discovering cures, building apps, and programming the blockchain. They're CEOs, worldwide hustlers who can make it rain. They're tearing down the old boys club and seeing big gains. Because when women in tech come together, you know they make that change.
My mom wanted my life to be better than what she had as a kid. When I became a mom myself, I feel like my whole world changed. You don't have to be a climate scientist to want to protect the earth. And you always want the next generation to have something better than what you had.
Welcome back to the show. All right, a British woman is claiming there's a new sexual identity, and she is spreading the word about what it means to be arbor-sexual. Arbor-sexuality is for when someone's sexual identity fluctuates and changes frequently. After the woman posted her sexual identity online, some social media users were critical of her, questioning if arborosexuality is a real thing. Sorry, I've never said the word before, arborosexuality. What are your thoughts on this? And have you ever heard of the term arborosexual? Al?
Listen, I'm trying to stay in my lane. I'm bisexual. I'm going to stay right there because all this arbro, cis, I can't. It's too much. It's an overload. So, I mean, maybe I'm arborosexual too because I love attention from the internet. When I post something and people say, oh, you fine, I'm like, ooh, I get a little tingle there. So I guess I'm arborosexual now, along with everything else I am. So, look, sign me up.
Carolina.
Yeah, it's hard for me to keep up. I for a long time I was just bisexual, and then pansexual came to be, and now that I feel like that encompasses all. And then that's what I say now. I'm pan. Period. Abro, like, what's the difference between abro and pan? I don't understand. Like,
you like to receive attention on the internet. You like to receive attention on the internet. So when you post something, that's a good question. So when you post something on the internet, and someone likes it and says, ooh, Carolina, you looking sexy in that dress tonight. Do you like it?
Yeah.
Okay, you're arborosexual. Come on over on the side.
Wait, I thought it was that, like, one day she feels bisexual, one day she feels like a lesbian, one day she feels like a straight woman. I thought that's what I understood.
No, I thought that was pansexual, my bad. But I do know that arborosexual.
I thought it was pansexual.
No, arborosexual means you like to receive attention on the internet.
Are you sure?
Arbrosexual means you're a weirdo. You're trying too hard to be different. So let me just create something else so I can get attention on Instagram, and then people on TGIF can talk about me. Listen, lady, attention seeking is not a new sexuality, or liking attention is not a new sexuality. Everyone's trying to make a thing, and everyone wants to be so unique, and that is what it is. I am calling out bullshit in 2024, and on this, I'm calling out bullshit. I feel like people use the LGBTQ plus community to have a moment to just add me to the list. I'm different, y'all. Some days I feel like this, and some days I feel like that, and I like attention on the internet. So that makes me a new thing. No, lady, you're a regular old white lady that just likes attention. I'm a black lady that likes attention. We all like attention. That's why we're in media. You're not different. You're not unique. You're not trailblazing. You're not brave. You're not groundbreaking. You're just a woman that is vanilla that wants attention.
So Claudia, wait, Claudia, are you arbrosexual?
Oh, I guess. But you know what I am? I want to thank my co-hosts, Al Reynolds and Carolina Sanchez for joining me tonight. Thanks for watching us on YouTube. Stay tuned for Fox Soul Face Off. See you tomorrow. That lady don't piss me off. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Have a good night, Soulmate.
Bye, y'all.